Well, considering that this is our fourth growing season, things are going very well. We're looking at now the house next door. I've just planted a new row of 9 limelight hydrangeas, so maybe in 3 seasons they will block that house completely. I'm thinking they're going to be 7 or 8 feet tall. Moving now toward my garden. I've got some quick fire hydrangeas. Behind them are pink hydrangeas. And I have lots of Japanese anemone. I've got some sun right now, so it might bleach out a lot of this. Some Solomon seal, a hot and thirsty ligularia, lots of Annabelle hydrangeas with double fire viburnum behind them. I've got lots of hellebore in this full shady garden, and now I'm going to pan so we can see the length of this yard. It's long and skinny. All that was here was mud and grass, the only thing that would grow in the shade. This walk wasn't here, nothing was here except moss, crummy grass, and mud. So I've got one of my favorite ground covers, which is sweet woodruff. Lots of still not totally mature big blue hostas, Francis Williams, and not quite sure of the variegated. I also love the variegated liriope. Lots of lamium that grow well in the shade. Different ferns. I like to get color with various types of hellebores. Got lots of yews and tall viburnums back here. The viburnums were here, but since we added so much compost, those things have tripled in size in these last 4 years. One of my favorite ferns here, I think it's called a Christmas fern, starts out and ends the season burgundy. It's gorgeous. I also love the Jack Frost bruneras. I have lots of those in the yard. Royal blue blossoms in the spring. I have lots of Japanese painted ferns, lots of those. Bright ground cover that I love is the creeping Jenny. Easy to pull out where it is where you don't want it. Also have quite a few bug banes. In August and September they have tall white plumes, which is quite pretty. And my pots of coleus and elephant ears are always fun in the shade. Good way to get some color. Now we can look back into that part of the garden. Now going on to where we sit. More coleus, some ghost ferns there, more brunera, more hellebore. This used to just be a really boring area of lamium, and I redid it this year to give us some color in the area where we sit on the patio here. We also installed, I think you can see it right there between the trees a little bit, we installed a bamboo fence to give us privacy, but now that the viburnums have taken off, we don't really need that privacy fence nearly as much. Moving along now, just the edges of the patio, lots more creeping Jenny, and into the fern area. We've got my golden bleeding hearts, which are about done. I'm going to cut those back shortly. More variegated liriope. Now we have a very tall wispy plant. You can hardly see it in the video. It's a meadow rue. It gets at least 6 to 7 feet tall, little purple flowers in the spring, in the fall. Some out of control toad lilies. Behind that are gorgeous in August. They are Korean wax bells, a beautiful yellow drooping flower, with some lace cap hydrangeas behind them. They take lots of water, but they are really pretty. More hellebores and heucheras. Behind the lace cap hydrangeas are my new favorite hydrangeas right now, are two oak leaf hydrangeas. They also will get taller, we hope, and shade that part of the neighbor's house. All these trees are huge oak trees. I don't know how many oak trees we have on the property. More Japanese anemone and hellebores. Beds of pachysandra as ground cover. Panning out now toward beaupre, which is toward the end of our yard. Pink all summer hydrangeas with lots of lots more viburnum in the back. Those are about 3 years old. They're still not mature. Behind the pink hydrangeas have a Japanese dwarf tree. Very happy with these guacamole hostas. I have 3 of them. The landscaper gal that I had over suggested that I have 5, but they are so huge. I'm sure glad I only have 3. You can't even see the third one. One of my favorite things here is, I love these. These are Japanese forest grass. Absolutely gorgeous in the shade. Lots of good color. Behind them here are 3 quick fire hydrangeas. They are very beautiful and they don't droop with a lot of rain. Panning now slowly so we don't get motion sick. You can see the length of the yard. And now this side is a new bed. This is on its 3rd year. Lots of these plants though are still babies. I'm creating another bed of the Japanese forest grass to match on the other side of the sidewalk. And some unhappy hellebores. I think they're going to be tossed this fall and replaced. More oak leaf hydrangeas that are doing very, very well. They're just turning a light pink, so that's going to be lovely. 2 more bugbanes and a pot of begonias that I think are lots of fun. Kind of a squirrely figure. And the pieces of limestone here we brought from Kelly, so it makes a nice little walking path. 3 more ready to be cut down golden bleeding hearts, and another baby meadow rue. Can probably barely see that. And 2 huge but still not mature Sum and Substance hostas that we took from the Nottingham house, and some hostas that still are not mature, and some ostrich ferns that are not mature either. So we'll just pan over here and finish up. It's been a lot of fun to figure out how to get color and foliage interest in a fully shaded garden, but I think we have pretty much mastered that. Oh, I have to show you Jim's favorite plant here next to one of the huge oak trees. It's ligularias. They bloom in August and September. Tall, tall yellow rockets shoot out of it, and they're gorgeous. So that is the tour of our shade garden 2013.